Hey everyone, it's me again. Happy Thursday. Happy rough draft papers are due today. I've got a little bit for you for some of those things that you're going to want to consider for your rough drafts. We'll look at that here in just a minute. But I just wanted to talk to you guys briefly about some things that have been on my mind the last couple of days. Really, the big thing is trying to balance everything that we're doing with this new way of life that we have going on. So obviously our primary focus has to be this research paper because it hits so many of the required standards for our class. But also want to keep that reading literature going. So yeah, I'm working to try to figure out the best balance. And so here's the first decision that I think I've come to. It's about those Gothic novels that you guys got to choose and read. Okay, so I'm not going to require those anymore. And I know some of you have already read it. And so I don't want you to feel like, what, I just wasted my time. I don't really think you did, because hopefully if you already read your book, you actually enjoyed it. And so yay. But what I'm going to do is within the next few days, I will post like an optional assignment for those of you who actually already read that Gothic novel. So that if you want to get a little bit of extra credit, earn some extra reward points for the end of the semester, you'll still be able to feel like you're getting some sort of credit for the work that you did. And we will wrap up our Gothic literature with just Dracula and Frankenstein, okay? And I think that if we concentrate on that and finishing the research paper, that'll take us all the way through the end of next week. And hopefully we won't feel too overwhelmed for just this one class, all right? And then if our little break from school goes longer than that, then, we'll just keep planning from there. And I'll just keep trying to hit those standards that are most important for us to do before the end of the school year. Okay, so repeat, those Gothic choice novels are optional extra credit reading. Okay, and I'll get all that set up. Dracula and Frankenstein will be the only Gothic literature on any test that we take, and that test will come end of next week, not beginning. Okay, so hey, quick update. I'm still drinking my orange water, so the world hasn't completely come to an end. All right, so you're working on your rough drafts. And I know that you all want your MLA format to be as perfect as you possibly can get it. And I also know that you all need to create a works cited page listing the sources that you used in your paper. And you're going to want that to be part of your rough draft. So if you haven't created the works cited page, you'll need to do that before the end of the day. They really don't take very long since there's so many online platforms to help you. But I do have a little bit of extra help too, thanks to Ms. Zonin. Y'all know Ms. Zonin in the Learning Commons. She's awesome. And she has put together an entire website that explains MLA format to you. So I'm going to show it to you. And then when I'm done here, I'm going to link it to Edmodo. So you'll have access to everything that she's put together. All right. So here's her webpage, walking through MLA format. And she actually has, here's the homepage. She actually has everything on here. On the homepage, you find the basics of what MLA means. Some of the same things that I have told you many times, Times New Roman, 12, 1-inch margins all the way around, just those little basic notes. And then if you go across her menu bar here, she goes through everything. We're not using a title page. She tells you from the very beginning that's very rare. Most instructors wouldn't want one for MLA format. We've already done an outline. So we can jump over here to the essay page. where she talks about the header and how to format all of that. And she even gives you a little tutorial, and her tutorials are really short. They're not long like my videos. She goes through citations. So if you want to double check your parenthetical citations and use a source other than me, then there you go. And she shows you like this type of citation, the author and the page number. Here's one with just an author. Here's one with just a page number. And then there's a link to Purdue OWL, which is a very popular source when people are trying to find information about how to cite and format things for a research paper. Then here's the one we really want to look at, the works cited page. Okay, what does it look like? What information should it include? How do I set it up? How do I format it so it has hanging indents and it's double spaced and alphabetized and all of those good things? She takes you through every bit of that. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and she even gives you a little 3.5-minute tutorial to help. Okay, so you need to make sure you have all those sources organized so that you can plug them into your works cited page and get something going for that to turn in with your rough draft. Now, you can make your works cited page a separate document. She talks about that in her tutorial. Or you can just go down on your essay document and make it like the last page. Just make sure it's separate. Okay, if you've got if your essay is 5 pages long, but you've got a big old chunk at the bottom of your 5th page, don't just tack your works cited to the bottom of that. It is a brand new separate page. Doesn't have to be a separate document, but it does have to be a separate page. Okay, all right. So on Edmodo, let's go back to it. On Edmodo, I have your rough draft assignment posted. All right, it's being pretentious right now, or contentious, I probably should say. Here it goes. Okay, so I have your rough draft assignment here. And it says, please share a copy of your rough draft. This is my page. You guys won't see it. Yours will look a lot different. But what I need you to do is share it through like Google Docs, okay, so that I can see it. If you want me to be able to make comments on your rough draft, then you have to give me editing privileges too, not just viewing privileges. Now, fair warning, everybody. Let me put myself big here. I can't edit 140 of your papers, fix all your mistakes, and help with all of those revisions. I would not have done that if we were in face-to-face class, so I'm not going to do that now. But if I see glaring errors when I'm looking at it, then yeah, I will point those out to you. And I will give you a checklist of things to look for when you're editing and revising. Okay, I just don't want you guys to think that I'm going to go through all these rough drafts with a fine-tooth comb. Because then you're going to turn them in again next week. So that would be a lot. So anyway, I'll do what I can to look and find some of those mistakes that are super obvious. All right, let me get myself out of the way again and go back to Edmodo. So, I'm seeing a couple of questions here. Guys, sometimes these questions get a little bit buried in the comment sections, and so I don't always see them right away. If I don't answer you pretty quickly, shoot me an actual private message. For some reason, those come through quicker than the comments do. All right, so that's just kind of fair warning there. Okay. So on the rough draft assignment, you're sharing that with me, all right, through like Google Docs, and then I'll take a look at them. As always, when you have questions, shoot me a message here. That's usually where I'm answering the fastest, although sending me an email through the Cobb County email is okay as well. And if I have some things come up from lots of students, the same thing coming up from lots of students, I may make another quick video. All right, I'll see you online later today. Y'all have a great one.